My friend, let me begin with a simple truth most people never fully understand. Life does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your expectations, not the ones you speak out loud, but the ones you quietly hold inside your mind. When you act as if everything always works out, you send a clear signal to your subconscious. You are telling it, I trust the process. I expect favorable outcomes. And the subconscious mind, once convinced, goes to work without rest. Most people do the opposite. They act as if failure is waiting around the corner. They expect loss. They rehearse defeat in advance. Then they wonder why life keeps confirming their fears. Here is the law at work. Whatever the mind repeatedly accepts as true begins to express itself through behavior, decisions, and results. Acting as if everything works out does not mean ignoring reality. It means choosing confidence over panic. It means moving forward with calm certainty even when the path is unclear. You see, fear paralyzes action. Faith mobilizes it. When you expect things to work out, you walk differently, you speak differently, you make decisions with clarity instead of desperation. Opportunities that were always there suddenly become visible. The world does not reward anxiety, it rewards conviction. Let me tell you something important. Every successful person you admire mastered this mental habit long before they saw external proof. They acted calm while others worried. They stayed steady while others rushed. They trusted the unseen while others demanded guarantees. And here is the secret most people miss. The mind cannot distinguish between an imagined experience and a repeated belief. When you consistently assume success, your nervous system aligns with that assumption. You become composed under pressure. You think clearly when others panic. That alone puts you ahead of the majority. Act as if everything works out, and you stop forcing outcomes. You stop chasing. You stop begging life to cooperate. Instead, you move with quiet authority, knowing that setbacks are temporary and lessons are useful. This mindset creates persistence without exhaustion. Many people quit not because they fail, but because they interpret temporary delays as permanent defeat. When you assume everything works out, delays lose their power over you. Rejection becomes redirection. Obstacles become instruction. You remain in motion. And persistence, my friend, is the great separator between those who dream and those who achieve. There is another advantage to this philosophy. When you act as if everything works out, you free your creative mind. Fear shuts down imagination. Confidence expands it. Solutions appear when the mind is relaxed, not when it is tense. You do not need to know how everything will work out. You only need to trust that it will. The how is not your responsibility. The what is. Decide what you want. Hold that image firmly. Act daily as if the outcome is inevitable. Your actions will align naturally. Your habits will adjust. Your environment will respond. This is not wishful thinking. This is disciplined thinking. Life bends toward the dominant thoughts of the individual. Not overnight, not magically, but inevitably. So the next time uncertainty appears, do not shrink. Stand tall, speak calmly, move forward. Say to yourself, quietly but firmly, this too is working in my favor. Because when you act as if everything always works out, you stop living in fear of life and start living in command of it. And that, more than talent, more than luck, is the foundation of lasting success. When you act as if everything always works out, you are training your mind to operate from power, not pressure. Pressure scatters the mind, power concentrates it. And a concentrated mind becomes unstoppable. Understand this clearly. Life tests everyone. The difference is not in the tests, but in the inner posture. One person meets uncertainty with panic. Another meets the same uncertainty with calm expectation. Both face the same event, yet only one grows stronger. That calm expectation is not accidental. It is a habit. You build it by refusing to dramatize problems, by refusing to speak defeat into existence, by refusing to let temporary conditions dictate permanent beliefs. Most people let circumstances control their emotions. The disciplined thinker does the opposite. He lets his chosen attitude control his circumstances. When you act as if everything works out, you stop leaking energy into worry. Worry is the most expensive habit a human can afford. It drains focus, weakens judgment, and attracts more of what it fears. Confidence, on the other hand, compounds. Every time you respond calmly, you reinforce the belief that you can handle life. Every time you move forward despite uncertainty, your self-trust grows. And self-trust is the true currency of success. Here is a principle few understand. The subconscious mind believes what you repeatedly act out, not what you hope, not what you wish, what you demonstrate through behavior. If you act tense, rushed, fearful, the mind accepts danger as truth. If you act composed, deliberate, steady, the mind accepts safety and control as truth. So act as if everything works out, even when logic says otherwise, especially when. Logic says otherwise. This does not make you reckless. It makes you resilient. You stop reacting emotionally to every setback. You stop changing direction every time the wind shifts. You stay anchored to your purpose while conditions rearrange themselves around you, and they will rearrange themselves. Life responds to the individual who refuses to collapse internally. Think of this mindset as quiet authority. You do not announce it. You do not argue for it. You embody it. Others feel it. Opportunities respond to it. People trust those who trust themselves. Doors open faster for those who walk without desperation. Let me remind you of something essential. Every major achievement arrives through uncertainty first. If certainty came before action, everyone would succeed. Acting as if everything works out is how you move forward before certainty appears. Faith always precedes evidence. The moment you internalize this, impatience loses its grip on you. You stop asking, when will it happen, and start asking, what is the next step I can take calmly and correctly? This shift alone changes lives, because progress is made by those who keep moving while others wait for reassurance. So discipline your inner speech. Speak as if outcomes favor you. Think as if solutions are forming. Act as if the road will meet you as you walk, not loudly, not emotionally, quietly, consistently. And remember this final truth. Life eventually mirrors the attitude you refuse to abandon. Act as if everything always works out long enough, and one day you will look back and realize something remarkable. It did. Let us continue, because this principle deserves to be etched into your thinking. Acting as if everything always works out is not optimism. It is mental discipline. Optimism hopes. Discipline decides. Most people wait for confidence to arrive before they act. That day never comes. Confidence is born after action, not before it. And action becomes possible only when you assume the outcome will favor you. This is why the strongest individuals are calm under pressure. They have trained themselves to expect resolution, not disaster. Their nervous system is not hijacked by fear. Their mind stays clear while others spiral, and clarity wins. When you act as if everything works out, you stop rushing. Rushed decisions come from fear. Calm decisions come from trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your ability to adapt. Trust that no single moment has the power to destroy your future. That trust changes how you think. You begin to see problems as puzzles, not threats. You ask better questions. You listen more carefully. You respond instead of react. And life rewards that level of intelligence. Here is something vital to understand. The universe does not respond to need. It responds to direction. Needy thinking repels results. Directed thinking attracts them. When you act as if everything works out, you give your mind direction. You tell it, find the lesson, find the opening, find the next step, and the mind obeys. This is how setbacks turn into stepping stones. Many people unknowingly sabotage their progress by emotionally resisting reality. They argue with what is. They complain, they blame, they relive disappointment. In doing so, they stay mentally stuck in the problem. But the person who assumes everything works out accepts the moment quickly. Acceptance frees mental energy. That energy is then used to move forward. Acceptance is not weakness, it is efficiency. And efficiency multiplies results. Let me speak plainly. Life does not break people. People break themselves by insisting that things should have gone differently. When you release that resistance, strength returns. You stop asking, why me? You start asking, what now? That question alone changes your destiny. Acting as if everything works out also sharpens patience. You no longer demand instant proof. You understand that unseen progress is still progress. Roots grow before trees rise. Those who understand this do not quit early. They outlast. And in the long run, those who outlast always outperform those who rush. You must also understand this. Calm confidence unsettles obstacles. Resistance weakens when it meets someone who does not panic. When you remain steady, people around you adjust. Situations soften. Paths appear. Your inner state influences external events more than you have been taught to believe. So guard your inner state fiercely. Choose your assumptions carefully. Assume favor, assume learning, assume forward motion. Even when results lag behind effort, maintain the assumption, because assumptions shape behavior. Behavior shapes habits, Habits shape outcomes, and outcomes shape destiny. Do not wait for life to prove itself to you. Prove yourself to life through steady action and unwavering composure. Act as if everything always works out, not because it always does immediately, but because in the long view it always does for the person who refuses to abandon belief, discipline, and purpose. Stay calm. Stay consistent. Stay in motion. The world eventually makes room for people like that.